Hello and welcome to BVL Week 7 battles. Today we have, well, this is the final week of the main season before playoffs. However, we have once again had a couple scheduling issues. Also, this is the third match, not the first match. There we go, going in order. Okay, so obviously scheduling has been an issue for a few reasons. Of course, Jedi Jacob, coach of Denver Darkrise, has had a couple issues due to unforeseen circumstances, personal emergencies, and AJ has been stepping up in the interim to kind of play his matches for him, and now Jay Pizzle has kindly volunteered to handle the rest of the season, this weekend playoffs, should he make playoffs, and so we thank him for that. But we've also had other scheduling issues with just getting these last couple weeks' matches done. And I do anticipate that it'll be better come playoff time, but what we're going to do this week, we only have 3 of our 6 matches up, and plus we still have to deal with Frenzy and Max Marsden, the Mullas versus the London Lillipups match from week 6. And basically what I'm going to do for any and all missing matches, I'm going to give until a week from now. I'll give one last makeup week. So that is going to be the 21st. The 21st of October will be the final makeup for any main season matches. If we get to that point and there are still missing matches, I will be contacting either just through the BVL chat, maybe I might just ping each person, or private message, either way, or maybe a combination of both. If I can't hear from both members on it, like if they're, I'll just call it a draw. If I can't hear from one member, if I do hear back and it's like, oh hey, we have this, I'm having this issue, like a personal issue like we've had before, I'll call it a draw. If, however, there's one person I can get a hold of and the other person is not responsive for the week, I'm going to have to call it a forfeit on the person who didn't respond. I mean, I think that's fair. I want to give everybody, obviously, an opportunity, and if they're going through something, if they have a scheduling issue for whatever reason, I want to give them a chance to make that up. On the other hand, if I don't hear back from a person, then I won't be able to, I don't know what to do. I can't really do anything about that. So we'll have to call it a forfeit just so we can get the season done. So we'll have if that goes according to plan, then first round playoff should be on the 28th, and then I believe the next 2 playoff rounds, the semifinal and the final, will be the 1st and 2nd weeks of November if everything goes according to plan. Alright, so all that out of the way, let me go ahead and get in voice chat, because I think we have a Starky Hero and Frenzy in there.
Hey!
Hello!
Hey, what?
Alright, so I was just explaining how we're going to give one more makeup week for everybody. Once we get past
Frenzy while you were doing your thing.
Yeah, once we get past that makeup week, depending on who's been responsive and who hasn't, like on the matches that are just simple, like there's a scheduling conflict, there's a personal issues or whatever, I can call a draw on those. If one person is responsive and the other is not, like even to say what's wrong. Necromantic, thank you for 2 years of being subscribed, 24 months, that's insane, but thank you so much. Man.
It's been that long already?
But anyway, just to clarify, so if like one person has said, hey, I've tried to contact so-and-so, and then I try to contact them, and we just don't hear anything at all, then I'm going to have to call a forfeit on that, because I think that's fair. Yeah, let's celebrate. Actually, do I have my confetti? I don't think I do. Wait. I should still have it loaded on here.
She lost the confetti.
Wait.
I'm
gonna add. There we go.
She lost one of my favorite parts of the stream. You lost.
I got an emote thanks to Necromantic's Mega Cheer. Well, that's cool. All right, here's some confetti. I'm gonna move it back a few layers though, so we can kind of keep it up. There. Wait, no, I have to move it behind the screen also.
Fat root.
There we go. We got some confetti going in the background. It is 2 years, so I think that means 2 years since I've had, like, affiliate status on my channel. So 2 years since people have been able. Whoa, what's this? Okay, I'm gonna send a generic thanks. So it's just the automated whatever. That's pretty cool. Anyway, okay, so I think it's been 2 years since I've been able to have subscribers, so that's pretty cool. Because I think Necromantic was like right at the beginning. So, with that being said, week 7, again, we're gonna do the 3 matches this week, and hopefully the 3 remaining matches next week. So, this week, the final week is all rival battles, so it's all between conferences, and they're all rematches since everybody's fought their rivals before. Oh my goodness.
And here's some more.
More bits! Necromantic is just on fire tonight. Thank you so much. Okay, so, the first match we have tonight, let's see. Now again, for the Cyan Conference, the playoff spots are pretty, like, the order isn't necessarily set in stone, but I think the 4 that are going are pretty much set in stone. For most of the Magenta Conference, everything rides on this week's matches. So let's see, we have, in the Magenta Conference, we have the Detroit Legends versus, in the Blue Conference, the Bilgewater Berserkers. So I'm gonna mark down who these guys brought today, or this week. What do you guys think about this matchup here?
I can't wait to see how Tyrant chokes. Sorry, I'm lying in bed and I'm stretching, but
All I can say is that Tyrant is getting them rocks up.
Tyrant should be able to pull this out with Pex. Because Pex walls King's entire team, so if he has a right set on it, there's nothing that King can actually do to Toxapex. Assuming he has the rights and plays it well. But Tyrant never does one of those 2 things. So,
He never does one of those 2 things.
Womp womp.
Bloom is also a pretty big threat, but he does have Gorgeist, which hard walls it, so if he can remove Gorgeist, then Bloom should be able to come through. On King's side, Caracosta could be annoying if Pex gets weakened, since that's the only, like, that and Bloom are the only real ways that he can deal with Caracosta. At +2, Caracosta should be able to OHKO Pex with Earthquake depending on its spread. And I'm not sure if Bloom can KO back with Mach Punch.
Alright.
But yeah, that's about it. Oh, also Mamoswine puts in a fuckload of work this game.
Oh, Frenzy, you and your Sailor Mouth makes every BVL stream worth coming to. I swear.
Frenzy does not sugarcoat it. Tells it to you straight. Alright. So, let us...
I feel like Frenzy... I feel like if Frenzy wasn't here, it just wouldn't be the same.
No, it really wouldn't. There was one time I had to, I think, moderate this, like, a stream all by myself, and I'm like, what do I do? There's no one to talk to. There's no one to say things. Alright. Let's go ahead and get this thing started so we can start tracking those stats. Registeel versus Toxapex. Probably obvious lead versus obvious lead.
This can go one of 2 ways.
Hazard versus Hazard. Tried to Iron Head the Toxapex. I don't know why the 2 of them are staying and attacking each other at all, to be honest.
Toxic Spikes is hella nice this game because statusing Gold is going to be great for wearing it down for Bloom. And
Yep.
Also if you can burn Registeel, which isn't affected by when he neuters its leftovers recovery, which is Registeel's only form of recovery.
Right. Is this the first time you brought a shiny Pelipper? I can't remember.
Yeah.
Pelipper is basically Tyrant's only answer to Gorgeist, so he has to be really careful about how he uses it this game. Because if he loses it, he could stall it out with Hex, but it's going to be a little hard since it's regular poisoned and not toxic.
Yeah.
And everything else on Tyrant's team is susceptible to burn or grass attacks.
Yo, watch this Gorgeist come out with like Hidden Power Electric and just bop this freaking bird.
a possibility.
I don't know why exactly he let Registeel stay in here, but he just let it take all that damage for no reason.
Yeah, that seems odd. Stone Edge.
Rip Registeel.
Expert Belt is a really, really weird choice for an item on Brew. I think
Oh yeah.
Toxic or Life Orb would have been better. And I don't get why. I don't get one, why he's packing Stone Edge on Breloom, and two, I don't get why he left it in here. Because Breloom is a big threat once Gourgeist is gone, but now it's useless.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he was thinking, unless it was for, I don't know, Darmanitan? Zapdos?
To be honest, I feel like he would have just gotten a lot more if it was just Life Orb SD. Like, I don't really like Expert Belt. Like, he would have just gotten a whole bunch more usage out of that.
A classic Tyrant move for ice shotting a Pokemon he's faster than, instead of clicking Ice Crack. So he could have sacked his Mamoswine there,
Yeah.
but King misses the Will-O-Wisp, so... I don't get like why he's clicking Ice Shot unless he just isn't for some absurd reason packing Icicle Crack.
Yeah, I mean, if he's max speed, then he has... There's no way he's not faster. I mean, unless someone decided to max speed Scarf Gourgeist, but I would never imagine that happening.
Yeah. Also, King has no ground immunity, so Earthquake is completely free here. He can't bring in anything. If he brings in Gourgeist again, it's gonna die too.
Yeah, like, he doesn't
Yeah.
let me lose anything for, like, free Earthquake. Even if he did save Gourgeist earlier, it still would have just gotten some free chip on his part.
Bringing in Gyarados this early is insane, because Gyarados is the main win condition. He let it take all that damage, and now it's just gonna die.
Yeah, I don't agree.
So
with
he should have gone or sacked Breloom. Watch this not be Swift Swim Relicanth.
This better be Swift Swim.
Pelipper's not a terrible switch here, but Toxapex would have been a lot better because he should be packing Haze.
Yeah.
He should be packing Recover. So Toxapex just beats Suicune 1v1 unless it's Rest.
Right.
If it is Rest Suicune, then that would have won him the game, probably.
Yeah, I feel like Toxapex being like the most annoying it could have been would have just beat this. I feel like he just would have beaten King just straight up.
He's just not switching it in when he's meant to switch it in, and instead is choosing for some reason to sack all of his Pokemon.
Yeah, I mean, I think... Because even with Gourgeist, I mean, grass is neutral to it. It doesn't have too much to fear from most of his team.
Yeah, and then he just sacks Mamoswine. So game's basically over. He can't win with any one mon anyway. Because Rain's gonna run out, so Relicanth can't outspeed Suicune and Break. He gets lucky with a flinch. I'm not sure how much that does. I mean, like, obviously, Relicanth's alive. It probably would have taken a lot from Seed Bomb, but
That was
I
interesting.
don't think it changes the outcome of the match too much.
I would have gone Suicune to wait out the rain before going right into
Yeah,
right
right
into
into Dark,
Darmanitan.
because that just loses King more differential.
The frenzy fish.
with ill angry face. So yeah, well Saraki Hero knows this, but in the BVL one, I wanted to name my Tangrowth L'Oreal, and for some reason when it went online, the nickname didn't work, and I don't know why, unless there's something wrong with using an apostrophe in a nickname.
I don't get why Tyrant keeps bringing Baneful Bunker on his Toxic. It's such a genuinely horrible move,
Well,
and what you have to give up to run Baneful Bunker on Peck, it's never worth it.
well, I was thinking
So he's either...
specifically because he's already got Toxic Spikes up and everything on the other side is
Yeah,
getting
he
poisoned
doesn't
anyway.
need it. It's the thing.
Yeah. So he's either giving
Yeah,
up
but if you
Recover
can't-
or Haze to run Baneful Bunker, and giving up either is stupid.
Yeah, like, if you're gonna run Baneful Bunker and have Toxic Spikes in the field, you may as well just run Protect just so you're not overdoing it.
Toxapex does
run
get a
Baneful
posthumous
Bunker,
KO on the Snorlax.
If it was running Baneful P, he should have just dropped Toxic Spikes from the set, but he also could have just not run Baneful Bunker.
Mhm. Gonna get a lucky flinch? Nope. Alright. And that is gonna be game.
The Figgy Berry.
Alright, this goes to the Detroit Legends.
Temtem is out? No, not yet.
Okay, let me do the replay on this while we while we crunch the numbers.
Oh yeah, Necromantic. Did you know that they're trying to get ready to release the next island for Temtem? They're trying to get ready for it. Who's hype for Sword Shield?
Swish.
Everyone is.
I like calling that Swish. I like Sumo. I know, Swish.
Swish.
I'm pretty hyped. Because get to see what
Well,
the
I better be hype. I paid $120 for double pack.
get to see
I
what
better be
the
hype.
next generation battling is gonna be like. I mean, I'm
Oh,
interested.
I can already tell you what it's going to be like.
I mean, I'm interested what like the Galar Dex meta is gonna be based on who's there and who's missing and not having Megas or Z moves, and then how much
I can
Dynamax is actually
probably
gonna.
assume that it's going to be kind of similar to the current meta. Just like if we don't have Breloom, we're going to have something else in its place.
Well, right. I mean, Pokemon that had something else that could do its job will now be the one to do the
Yeah.
job.
Breloom might actually be decent, like now that Tapu Bulu and all of the Tapus don't exist,
Right?
presumably in.
I feel like it's
Sword.
going to jump straight to OU now because there's nothing stopping it really anymore.
I mean, like, your Showdown is still gonna have Legacy, which is gonna have all of the Pokemon and, you know, like, all of the Z-moves and Megas and everything, and that's probably what's gonna be used in tournaments like Smogon Premier League and, like, OU
Yeah.
Ladder Tournament. But for just the cart meta, the cart OU meta, quote-unquote, because probably no one's gonna play that, but, you know, it'll be interesting to see and it's also going to be interesting to see what is good in VGC, because I'm kind of hoping to get back into VGC next year.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
Oh yeah, I really used to enjoy watching Banana play BGC with some pretty cool teams.
yeah, seeing how Dynamax affects things is going to be interesting.
That's gonna mess things up.
It'll be
It's
interesting.
gonna be really interesting, right?
Dynamaxing and Gigantamaxing.
That's gonna be really interesting. I really want to see that.
Okay, so as we get to the end of this
Competitive.
replay, let me run down the stats. The Detroit Legends are closing out the main season with a 2-0 victory. KOs for this match were 2 for Suicune, 2 for Snorlax, 1 for Darmanitan, and 1 for Gorgeist. The MVP of the season, the main season, with 10 KOs is Darmanitan, who, fun fact, was only not brought week 1, and every other week has gotten at least 1 KO for the Detroit Legends. The Detroit Legends are sitting at 4-3 with a -3 differential, looking in a decent spot for playoffs, depending on the situation with the rest of the conference. Bilgewater Berserkers taking a -2 loss with 1 KO for Mamoswine, 1 for Toxapex, and 2 for Relicanth. They're at 1-6 with -13, and the MVP with 8 KOs in the season is Frenzy's favorite Pokemon, Relicanth.
I honestly don't get why Dom on like King's side was brought to this match, because if Tyrant didn't play, if Tyrant actually like thought about his match for a little bit, Dom wouldn't have been able to put in too much work. But again, basically just because Tyrant choked, Dom was able to put in a decent amount of work.
Alright, so let's see. I think that does it. We'll move on to our next match. So let's see.
And hopefully online raids for Squish. They better do they have no reason not to do online raids.
It seems very likely. I'd be like, even based on just what the little bit we've seen in trailers, I would be very surprised if there wasn't online.
Right?
Like I'd be very, very, very surprised.
Because let me tell you something. I don't have many friends out here where I live who plays Pokemon. So I'm going to be all alone a lot of the time, and that's the case for a lot of other people too. They have friends, but all of their friends don't play Pokemon that actually lives near them.
I feel like they've gotten to the point with Pokemon where you can do stuff over distance now, and it's not a big deal to just make everything online. But I mean, I guess we'll see. Alright, so let's move on to the next one.